Hey, what's going on, guys? Matt K here. I want to welcome you back to another Comic Talk, week 8 to be precise. We got a brand new format going on here where we're doing individual comic reviews individually. We're going to group them all together in a nice little playlist in case you want to listen to them, just like the old podcast. But if you just want to look up a specific comic and, just listen to that single one without hearing all of our nonsensical gibberish, you now can do that. Streamlined. So, first and foremost, I am doing the Uncanny Avengers today, number 16 to be precise. And now, regarding the Uncanny Avengers, this is a team, this is a comic book in general that I really want to love. I've been reading this comic book since it first came out way back with the original Uncanny Avengers when it was the, Avengers Unity Squad. And now it's kind of evolved into something completely different. We have a really weird lineup of Avengers, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying this run. We have Deadpool, Rogue, Wasp, the Human Torch, Quicksilver, Brother Voodoo, Synapse, a new character, Cable, and I think that is it. I think I got everyone. But basically, it's just a really neat team, and I just want to love this comic book. And so far, they've been doing a good job bringing back Hank Pym as some kind of human Ultron hybrid, and just other kind of issues like that have been really superb. But we're gonna go ahead and start here. The Avengers are basically dealing with a resurrected Hulk, so that sounds pretty bad. And for those of you that didn't know, Bruce Banner, otherwise known as the Hulk, perished in Civil War III at the hands of Hawkeye. You guys should go check that out, especially if you want to keep up with this issue. Basically, a ninja group called The Hand, under the direction of Brother Voodoo's deceased brother, resurrects the Hulk to basically become a weapon for their own nefarious purposes. So really kind of complicated plot when you look at it there. But overall, I think it's kind of interesting. Kind of don't like how they use the Hand just to resurrect a character who passed away so recently. It seems like such a... I mean, why doesn't the Hand do it all the time with almost every character? I mean, we wouldn't have Spider-Man clone problems if that was the case. But whatever. I'm not going to get into that whole spiel there. Basically, it starts off with Deadpool kind of in his own little daydream world. And then we find out he got knocked out by the Hulk, and it's just the Avengers fighting the Hulk, and they decide, hey, we need Cable helping us out. Now Cable is with Sebastian Shaw and the Toad. For those of you that don't know, those are kind of basically X-Men baddies. Toad, not so much. He's not that great. He's had a couple good moments, but overall he's not that big of a bad guy. And Sebastian Shaw is he is a whole nother level against Toad. But basically they're working with Cable to stop Mpox, the disease that's killing off mutants thanks to the Terrigen Cloud, a cloud that grants inhuman powers. So a little complicated there, but if you guys can understand it, that'd be fantastic. A fun little cube conspiracy fact here, it's also in this panel that we see Cable when he's talking about Captain America. We find out that Hitler only had one nut because of Captain America. Now, is this just bullshit, or is this true? Who knows? Only time will tell. Let us know what you guys think down below. Does Hitler only have one nut because of Captain America? He gets called in and teleports to the scene, and we get this really cool action scene where we see all the Avengers fighting this Hulk resurrected, dressed up as like a shogun, and the art has been fantastic. These action scenes have really had a lot of life in them. I mean, you got Human Torch blasting the Hulk. You got Quicksilver saving people. Cable just shooting at him, and the Hulk looks massive too. But I mean, I don't care. It's comic book law. Who really cares about that, honestly? But basically, it's just them trying to figure out how to take the strongest thing in the world down. Eventually, Brother Voodoo comes up with a plan, like, leave it to me. I'm gonna do some mystical hoodoo you voodoo bitch on this guy, and I'm gonna probably be able to stop him. So our good friend Quicksilver here decides to speed him over to this abandoned island called Hashima Island. And I really like this little this small interaction between Brother Voodoo and Quicksilver. because I've never been a big fan of Quicksilver. He's always been kind of like a cocky, arrogant asshole. But in this comic, they're kind of making it out for him to be like a cocky, arrogant asshole that you kind of want to love in the end. And we get this neat little scene where he's like, I'm a quick reader. How do you plan to stop the Hulk? That's not the question we need answered right now. How do you plan to lure the Hulk to me? Ha! No idea. So just kind of funny. Just those little bits of comedy in this comic book are kind of the reasons why I love it so much. We go back to the Hulk, who is still fighting the Avengers, and they're trying a new tactic where Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, flies into the Hulk's ear and tries to appeal to Bruce Banner, the alter ego of the Hulk. And once again, talking about the comedy, it wasn't intentional, but I was kind of laughing a bit seeing all the Avengers kind of hiding behind a log. I mean, what good is crouching behind a log gonna do against the Hulk? But whatever, it's just the small things. In the end, Rogue decides, okay, that's enough, and hits him really, really hard until he lands in front of a nuclear power station, and that's where the comic book ends. Now, I'm one of the things I didn't like is how did Rogue actually manage to hit the Hulk hard enough that he flew all the way and landed in front of a nuclear power station? Of all like coincidental things, he landed in front of that. And that's kind of like negligent on Rogue's part. Shouldn't she like hit him down into the ground, not up into the air? I don't know. That was my one problem. But overall, a good issue. Very simple. Like I've said before, if you have some money, if you've already gotten all the comics you like, and you have a couple extra bucks, support the release. It's a good book, and I think it needs to continue. I have a feeling that people that I don't know, the Uncanny Avengers might not be around for a little while longer. But don't just listen to my YouTube video. Just go and actually buy the comic book. It's a worthwhile investment. You get some good art, good little story, some chuckles every now and then. If you're interested in the next issue, which I sincerely hope you are, it will be coming out, I believe, on December 14th, 2016. And I believe that wraps up the Uncanny Avengers issue number 16 for the week. Like always, if you liked it, go ahead and click that like button. If you have any questions or comments, shoot them down on the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys next week.